know. Is he angry? I feel like he's just like...
I guess he's not really angry. He's just like happy and a little... He's really intense, I guess is the better word.
He's just delusional as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we were rudely interrupted, I was saying, the only other girl's name I know is Candy. Vanessa Ann Hudgens' name is Candy in it.
Vanessa Ann.
And look it up. I swear it is.
No, I mean, I think that is her name, but I don't think anyone calls her that. I think they just call her Vanessa
only
Hudgens.
ever called her that.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but I'm just saying you might be the only one.
Like, sometimes I don't even say her name full out because I know that I say the middle name, but like, I just think that's what she goes by.
So you know that it's different because you just want to be different.
just like, I'm not fully confident in it, you know? But I feel that this is a safe space for me to say it. Austin, can you look up if this bitch's name is Anne, middle name?
No, I do think it is Abby.
Knew it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I did look it up. So it's Candy, Faith, Britt.
Yeah, Britt. That's Ashley from Pretty Little Liars, right? Cotty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They all just kind of have stripper names.
Yeah. No, for sure. So, who do I... Yeah, I'm either like... I feel like I'm Faith.
I think that would probably be the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm probably pretty crazy, but would never put myself in that situation.
No. And you'd be smart enough to take yourself out of the situation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Far before any of that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we maybe say what we're doing?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe we should start with I'm Alien.
And I'm Faith.
And this is Spring
Break.
It's a bit niche. Spring break forever.
Spring break.
Spring break forever. It's different here. We need to talk about that too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've jotted that down a couple times.
Mm-hmm. But no, for real, I'm Laurel.
And I'm Abby.
And this is
a bit niche.
A bit niche. Sorry, I did it again.
You did it again, didn't you?
I did it again.
Austin. Oh, actually, no. I'm gonna take us on a little segue. So first, Austin, were you listening or were you in the shower the last time when Laurel and I were doing that and we figured out that both of us are trying to match what the other one says visually, but our videos are delayed. We're not doing it in the natural cadence that we do it, so we're automatically off because we're both trying to match each other on a video feed that is out of sync.
Yeah. I mean, he does edit the episode, so I think he heard that.
I edit each episode, so I listen to each episode and what you say in each episode.
Right. I know that we're off, but why didn't you tell us that that's what we're doing? Because it wasn't until I said something to Laurel because her mouth was moving like this pace that I was like, wait, I'm doing that too. That causes problems because neither of us really realized it.
I guess I thought that you guys knew that. Or that you would have figured that out. Or that you knew that that's what you were doing.
No. We don't get paid for thinking.
Not
Too bad you don't get paid for thinking.
Both
Not
were
a
like
chance.
dragging it out. Like,
Yeah. Yes.
We're trying to match.
And you're like, oh no, that's supernatural. We're both going to hit it. That's what you thought.
We're trying to match.
Up until last episode.
And you thought the best way to match was to say it different every single time.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Yes.
You didn't correct us, so what are we
No.
supposed to?
This
We
is
thought we were
my
doing it right.
problem now. I'm
You're the producer.
whatever, bro.
You're supposed to
Producer
give us
and
notes.
audio.
Happy Mother's Day, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. All the mamas.
The mamas. All right, maybe we should talk about what movie we're doing, eh?
Yeah.
We're doing the cinematic masterpiece / abomination / cult classic that is
Spring
Breakers.
Breakers.
For those listening on audio only, if you've noticed, I have a bit of a lisp today. It's because I don't want to say embodying because I don't want to be him.
Don't want to have that energy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm portraying the character of Alien. So I've got some grills in today.
Yeah. I was like, are you leaving those in the whole time or no?
No, I'm going to leave them in for a little bit until they really bother me.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine them not bothering me instantaneously.
I don't know. Now they're kind of growing on me.
Yeah. I love that for you.
Could
You
be
ever thought about a
gross.
tooth gem?
You know,
I feel like you kind of might have wanted a tooth gem at one point. And I mean that in the nicest way you can.
no, you don't. You mean that in the most disrespectful way possible. And you're right. There was a time in my life when
Knew
I
it.
saw it and I thought, that's cute. And then I thought, what the hell am I going to do with a tooth gem?
Tooth gem.
Like, can you imagine?
I can. I really can imagine.
Should we get tooth gems when you're out here next week? But we should get them on like
Yeah.
our molars so no one can see.
No one can see them, just us.
Or like down on like a really inconspicuous
just
one.
like this front, lower front. Lower front tooth gem.
on our like permanent retainers.
Yeah. You got one of them too?
Yeah, I do.
Nice.
Bottom, baby. Maybe we shouldn't be doing that to camera.
No, we shouldn't. But it's fitting for the movie.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I guess one thing I wanted to like talk about just to get started, like the overarching vibe of things. I guess you can tell me if you want to talk about this or we just give a rundown of the plot first. But
Yeah.
I need to know about like your party experience, your college spring break experience. Like,
Yeah, I did want
because
to
I
talk
have
about
thoughts
this.
on real life versus what this is.
I do too, very much so. Let's give a quick synopsis. Let's do
Okay.
that. And then let's get into it because I think that'll help us like juxtapose, if you will.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it?
You know, I don't know. We definitely lost that a little bit, but like, unless you want me to do more details, I can do it in. Well, I have, what did I write? 4 sentences.
All right, do it.
I can, no, I'll do it in 30 seconds.
Okay, Austin, can you go ahead and cue up that?
I just say sprang
I-
break for 30 seconds.
And honestly, that would be a very valid synopsis of the
Valid.
plot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. 30 seconds. Ready? 3,
Ready.
2, 1.
So Spring Breakers is about girls who rob in order to go to Florida. Super niche experience. It's 4 college girls. One of them loves the church. They all find themselves going to Florida for spring break, where they find themselves through drugs, alcohol, and scootering in Florida. They get into some trouble. They go to jail. They get out of jail by Laurel, and
3,
things
2.
hit the fan.
1.
Guns.
That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I gotta take these out.
I support that decision.
These, as if it's
These.
like not tinfoil.
Those are real. She ordered those, had them custom made for this.
I sure
That's
did.
the dedication. We didn't
Look
just
at
pick
my
this movie
shit.
on Wednesday, watch it Thursday, record Friday. Never.
That's-
Not round here, partner.
We move fast around here, baby. Down here in Florida, it's spring break.
In Florida, spring break.
Yeah, so, you know, in a nutshell, it is just a fever dream of a movie and
Insane.
the most wild escalation of events that could possibly happen on a spring break, perhaps. But yeah, then let's back up a little bit and talk about like our college partying / spring break experiences. I really want to know, like, did you ever go on a spring break trip to like a beach or anything? Did you do a crazy spring break?
Okay, so no. The only like friend spring break trip we took was our senior year, and we went to Nashville, and like we obviously drank and like partied and stuff like that, but like altogether, obviously it was nothing like this. And when I say nothing like this, spoiler alert, a lot of people die in this movie. There is guns. There are so many drugs. There's obviously jail. So I'm not even counting all of that.
Like, yeah, do like the first half hour of the movie.
Yeah.
Was it anything like that?
That's like
Crazy
that's what
spring
I'm
breaker?
counting.
Yeah,
Right.
like Girls
I
Gone
just
Wild,
wanted to make
like-
that caveat because I hope to God there wasn't any of that. So first half of the movie, no, nothing like that. It was obviously just like our friend group, and we went to Nashville. So like it wasn't like a beach party, all of that, whatever. The only other time I went anywhere, I went like during college, I feel like, was Florida with my family. I don't think it was during like spring break time even. So yeah, nothing like this. One of the things I wrote down was like titties right away in your face
In your
during
face.
this movie. And like for me, not even spring break wise, but like, and maybe it was different for you given that you had more of a larger fraternity sorority scene, because that's what in my head I imagined it would be like. But like there was never parties in college in basements of houses, in backyards where like bitches just had their shirts off, like 20 women with the shirts off titties around men pouring beer on their chests. Like that was just not happening. And I need to know if that was anyone's actual experience. Like, because that to me is insane. Like La Crosse is a known party school in Wisconsin. Wisconsin itself is known for fucking drinking and shit. So like, who's doing that?
No. Yeah, no. Like on the regular kind of every weekend or whatever parties that I went to, both at my school, like, so I didn't like go, I wasn't super crazy in college or anything, but when I went out, I would go like at CSU, my school, or I would go to Boulder, and those were like the more kind of traditional frat parties, or I would go to Wisconsin because that's where the person I was dating at the time was. And though like CU and Wisconsin, they were the more kind of like traditional frat atmosphere, and those were like probably the more crazy parties I
Yeah.
went to, but in no world were people doing that. Like the craziest thing people would do there was like I think at the frat that we were at Wisconsin, they just like shaved some guy's head out in the lawn.
Yeah.
And like that was it. You know, like
Right.
girls were very like protective of each other and of
Yeah.
themselves. I just can't imagine
No.
that happening. But when I saw this movie for the first time, like in 2014 or whenever, I was way too young to be watching this, but I became
Facts.
weirdly obsessed with it too. And I just assumed this is what college was like. And I assumed that this is what spring break was like, which like low key then became triggering for me in college because sorry, were you done with your stories too?
Done.
I was, okay. Done. Done. So
I'm done.
throughout college, I did not go on any like crazy or really any spring break trips until my senior year, where me and my 3 roommates, we went to San Diego, where one of my roommates was from, and it was like a very fun, like very chill girls trip. Like we went out in downtown San Diego one night, but it was like very adult, I guess, or it's
Yeah.
just like very
Right.
dignified compared to what this was.
is, yeah.
But the reason why, like, the idea of spring break and this movie was kind of triggering for me was, and I don't know, maybe we can cut this, Austin. But because in the long distance relationship that I was in all throughout college, he would go on beach spring breaks every single year, and I was never invited.
Interesting.
Yeah. And sometimes it was because, like, our spring breaks didn't line up, but then there are other times that it did, and, like, I just wasn't invited. And it was him and all his frat bros, and I just assumed that this was what was happening, that he was on the beach and there were just titties everywhere, and, like, it made me so insecure. And so in my mind, I just assumed that this was what was happening, and I was tortured about it. But, like, I mean, come on, who's really throwing their titties in?
Around them?
Yeah, come on.
No.
Come on. Yeah.
They weren't seeing any titties.
No. So
Dope
no,
boys
I did
were
not.
on the beach with them.
They were on a separate part of the beach.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I don't know. Burying each other in the sand or some shit. Getting way too sunburnt. So.
Yeah. And it just feels like the whole thing where it's like the entire place is like only college kids in the pool, and just like
so gross.
It's just insane. It seems insane. And I just thought of a person to ask would be Tanner, because no one else in my life probably got close to this, and I think his was like maybe even a little later in life, but he has been to all inclusives that are like kind of party all inclusives with his guy friends. But still, I just think if you're at an all inclusive in Mexico and you're a 23-year-old woman, why are your titties out?
I just feel like they probably wouldn't be, right?
No.
Especially if you're around a bunch of people, especially men, that you do not know.
Yeah, I just, that was like my overarching thing was like, was this actually a reality for people? Like, I'm so confused. And I know we're going to go into behind the scenes after or a little later, but one of the things we did read about is how the fucking director or whatever guy, he like made this for a multitude of reasons, but one of them was because like he never went on this type of spring break and he wanted to create that for himself, so this was his way of going. That's weird. That's so
what I'm saying,
weird.
Man. like I kept thinking this time around watching it, because it's probably the first time I've watched it in at least 10 years, where I was just like, okay, this is just some sick dude playing out his fantasies. And like, this is probably what every 16-year-old guy thought that like the best spring break would be. Like, oh, if you go down to like Florida, like the girls, they're loose, man. The beer's
coke off
flowing.
some titties.
There's titties everywhere. Like, you're gonna get some puss.
You sound like Donald Trump.
It's probably what he thinks spring break was like.
It's
probably what it's like on the island.
Was like.
That's what I'm saying. Alien was on the island.
We need to be tracking that list. We've lost that slightly, but Alien was for sure. Alien made that his own little Epstein Island. It was Alien Island with those 4 women.
He really did. He really did.
From the jump.
Yeah, especially like the way he acts with Faith. Disgusting. And scene. Okay, so as we're talking about how he was extra creepy.
Oh, that's going to fit naturally into our editing.
You can't just like play. You can't yes and with me. Our improv is going to be shit. Come on.
Our improv is amazing. Sometimes it's just funny because I also think I was the one saying what you were saying now.
Oh,
and
were you?
I love an improv, but I'm also thinking about the editing. And given that it's not improv, I know how Austin feels about our transitions, and I know he doesn't like that one.
But since when do we do things for the approval of a man?
I only do things for Alien.
Look at my shit.
Where is Alien? This is also still not going to be good content.
Yeah. Hey, girls. What's up, girl?
Oh, okay. Well, we had to.
I don't care if there's no continuity.
And
He
I don't
doesn't sound
either.
like
I
that.
think what you do here, Austin, is you put a record scratch before that, and then this is what happens. That's what we're going to start doing around here.
And you're
So-
going to say, speaking of Alien, and then I'll, ooh, yeah, do that. And then I'll,
Speaking of Alien, Austin, leave all of that in. Okay, but one of the things when you mentioned about like him being obviously really creepy and well the vibe being creepy, but mainly about like the weirdo energy from also like the director and why he made the film too. One thing we found out in our behind the scenes is that this director didn't tell Selena Gomez about the scene in which James Franco is like extremely weird with her, touching her face, like
telling her, okay, I'll do it. Well,
I was like, I don't even know how you describe what he was doing.
so this is a scene wherein it's after Alien bails out the girls after they get arrested.
Yep.
And against, like, Selena Gomez's character, Faith, she's like, hey, guys, we really don't know this guy. We should not go with him. And they're all like, it's fine. It's fun. Like, we're going to hang out with their friends. And they get to this pool hall with all these men that they don't know. They're literally the only women there. And Faith feels very uncomfortable. And Alien pulls her aside. And he's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She's like, I want to go home. And he starts, like, cupping her face. He's like, why you got to go home? And he's like, I love you so dang much. Like, I really like you. And I want you to know that, like, if you leave, your friends are staying with me, but I'm going to be thinking about you when I'm with them. And it's just like the most disgusting thing ever. And he's like literally wiping her tears as he's saying this. And it's very traumatizing. And to know that Selena didn't know that he was going to be like this, like that's so disgusting. And knowing that like James Franco is notoriously a creep and like kind of a shit guy. Like, you know that he loved this role.
Oh, absolutely.
Made for him.
Yeah. I forgot which one of the brothers was like the one. Maybe they're
James.
both. Okay.
I think David's all right.
Okay. Yeah. He did fantastic at this then because what the fuck? Yeah. Just a gross scene.
Yeah.
Gross.
It's so
And
disgusting.
she didn't even know about it.
No.
Which is crazy. So then her emotions were raw during it. Like,
It's like she could have acted that. Like, you could have given her a heads
she's
up.
an actor. That's her job.
Yeah. She should be able to channel those emotions while, like, knowing what she's going to be in for.
Yeah.
Ugh. Blech. Disgusting.
Very.
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of goes back to just, like, the overall vibes of the film, too. Outside of it just being, like, the most, like, 2013 film there could ever be. As well, like the music, the Skrillex of it all. Like,
oh my gosh!
Oh
my god! I literally said, like, I have never done acid, but this song will truly make you feel like you have done acid.
Yes, yes.
After I haven't heard it in years, and I am,
and it gets you going.
Gets you going. Yeah,
yeah. And the director said, like, he wanted the movie to feel like viewing it, you're on drugs. And
hit the nail on the head.
Ring that bell, baby. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Among other feelings that it brought.
Yeah, literally way too many feelings. I also kind of forgot about the fact that, like, damn near the whole, for sure, 15 minutes, and I'm not going to try to over-exaggerate here, but, like, a very long part of the start of the movie is all just kind of, like, cinematic shots of, you know, the girls, of party scenes with the Skrillex in the background.
Yeah, with titties.
With like, yeah, the titties, of course. Then, like, flashes to the church scene because for some reason they made Selena Gomez or Faith, they made her also believe in Jesus and a big churchgoer, which...
It's, in my opinion, like, look, it's very heavy-handed, right? Like, she is the only one that has, like, some kind of moral compass. She's been, like, pulled away by, like, the girls that are, like, the devil.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's, like, that little modicum of faith throughout. And then when she leaves, when Faith goes out the window, everything goes to shit. And it's like, okay, dude, like, your symbolism is a little much.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But too much for me.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But yeah, I just forgot that the whole first part was, all of that. Like, this shot of someone snorting cocaine, this shot of a bong rip, this shot of the church choir singing. Like, it's like, what is going on?
Yeah. I do want to, oh my God, this just popped into my head too. And sorry, this might be a little bit of a diversion. But when they go to the, like, frat party or house party when they're at school still, did you notice how many baby dolls are in that scene?
Yes. They're like using a baby doll for a bowl. Like,
yes. Yeah. Like using one as a bowl or using one as a beer bong. There's baby dolls like taped onto the walls.
Yeah.
That's concerning.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about that part too, which I feel like also, and then the man with like the full uncooked turkey on his head when he's standing on the porch. Yes. So like, that's another part of where I was just like, what parties were like this? I just don't get how they were crazy in that way.
They just weren't. I mean, maybe they were somewhere. I don't know. But it just seems like...
I need to know.
Yeah, I do need to know. But it's just this... It's so clear that this whole movie was made... One, was written by a man. Because the lines in here... Like, what was one that... really just got me.
I have multiple.
Yeah. Right after they rob the diner and they're like rolling around in the money.
You want me to say it?
I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
No, you say it. I want you to say it.
When Vanessa, she takes the money and she goes, seeing all this money makes my pussy wet.
It is truly bringing us back to our roots. People, we started with Jennifer's body, and here we are. Like, it reminded me in a lot of ways of some of the lines that came from that, where, like, it's giving, like, earlier 2000 sexiness, but in 2013, while also having ex-Disney stars in it. Like, another thing I wrote down was right from the jump. Damn near the first line that was spoken was when they were in class, Candy and Britt, I think. And like one of them writes and does like a heart, and then in the middle it says, "I want penis," like, and shows it to the other girl. And then the other one like draws a dick and writes "spring break bitches" in it, and it's like literally giving this paper dick head in this third scene of the movie.
In the middle of a lecture hall, like during class. It's insane. Like, what girls are doing. And I legit thought, I was scared that girls in college would be like this.
Yeah.
I was like, if they're really like this, I'm not going to survive.
Yeah, I just, like, I don't know how any of them truly kept a straight face, including now that you give a little context to Mr. James Franco, like, being a creep already, he probably thrived in this role, but, like, every one of his lines, I don't know how you wouldn't laugh. Like,
that's the thing. Like, they're just all so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I fear that the director really thought that he was like doing something and saying something important with this movie, because it's like there are aspects of it that are like quite artsy and the way it's shot. But like, it's like, bro, you didn't like, you wrote these lines unironically. How?
Yeah.
It's insanity to me.
And I think like I love like the cringy aspects and stuff like that. Like obviously those are the things I write down, and then I love like all of his lines, like James Franco lines. That's just like kills me.
Yeah.
So I do eat it up.
Well, yes, but ironically, like not from a camp perspective, like not because it's like, oh, he really ate with this one. It's
exactly. Like it's like in a making
so ridiculous.
fun of way, like of how ridiculous it is, and it almost feels like it's like, you know, campy and like a cult classic, but he had the intention of like making it something not like real.
Yeah.
And it just like should have been a little campy little fun thing that had insane lines in it. And a fucking alien with grills and
oh
like
my god, well,
do it gangsta and shit. Like
I was the only white kid in my neighborhood. Like we can tell, alien. And oh my god, when you said how did they like even film this keeping a straight face, like I was thinking while watching this, especially before things get like ridiculously crazy, but when it's more just like the spring breakers party stuff, it would be so hard to film this like sober, just because of like the overstimulation of it all too. Like the sheer amount of people packed into like the scene where they're at like a hotel party, and it's just like wall to wall people and like just disgusting. Yeah. I can't imagine. I mean, obviously like you're in a closed set environment, although I did see in behind the scenes that they filmed this like at Daytona Beach with real spring breakers. So I'm sure there was some weird shit going on.
Oh, God.
And I just can't imagine like being in this environment with all these people and like feeling trapped and claustrophobic and and being 100% sober the whole time. Probably.
Right. Yeah. I guess like I was also thinking of like, the first thing I thought was how hot and sweaty I would get. But another thing that gives it like early 2000s/2013 is they are never in clothes.
No. And it's always
They never
neon.
have clothes. Always neon, yeah.
Always neon.
I'm so sad I didn't have the neon.
I know.
And they're always whispering. So like they're not using a lot of energies. They're also 90 pounds. So
I know. They're so tiny.
Yeah. Which also like makes they're college kids, but it gives it just like pedo vibes because James Franco, yes, I guess they're all like legal adults, but he's like older than them and is creepy as hell, and they look so young. Yeah.
Well, and he says to Faith, he's like, you look like you're about like 15 years old, and like you're my favorite. And
he literally says, you look 15, but you're really pretty.
Oh, it's so gross. And just like, it's so uncomfortable watching it too, seeing how progressively uncomfortable she gets.
Yeah.
And the fact that like she has no clothes and it's just like, ugh. Yeah.
Just
it does get like, it gets, at least in my opinion, it gets considerably more fun to watch after Selena leaves.
110%.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, now it's just like that was a little too real because like we've all been in situations that we like got to get out of and like feel very uncomfortable and whatever. Yeah. So once she left and it's like, okay, now everyone's just batshit crazy and we can just like go off the rails.
Like, honestly, I don't even give a fuck what happens to these girls because they're fucking
yeah, they're insane and they're like fully into like going and robbing and killing people and whatever. Like that's fine. Now we can just go fully like cinematic universe, fully whatever.
Send it. Yeah.
Just go full Florida. But, you know.
Full Florida. And they went full Florida.
They went ridiculously Florida.
Yeah. One thing I will say.
Yeah.
Couple things. Was there any part of you that when they really started, Selena left, and they really started getting Florida on you, guns in this capacity, that's cool. Robbing, drugs in the movie setting, that's cool. But I'm talking about, was there any part of you that was like, this is a little hot.
Why do you think I watched it so much?
Because I was slightly nervous about that.
About the way that
like,
you felt because you thought it was hot?
No.
Okay.
Just if you were going to feel the same, because we had just made a few comments about like the three-way specifically and all of that stuff. And like you have the scene of, you know, we were making fun of, which it is cringy as fuck, where like he's on the bed, there's money everywhere. Like one of the first scenes that they go back to his house and they're just like rolling around on the money and stuff. And then they like take guns,
they make him blow
loaded
the gun.
guns,
Yeah.
and they literally make him blow the gun. And he's like, I just sucked both your dicks. Like
And
all
he's
that
like,
stuff.
I just fell in love with you.
Yes, like, and they're doing all that. Like, we had just kind of made fun of it a little bit already, and I was like, but
It's
like,
still
you
kind
know,
of hot.
yeah,
No.
like
This, like, yeah. No, and I mean, this was the first piece of media that I consumed at that young age that was even remotely like this.
I see.
Probably like the most nudity I had seen in a film at this
Yeah.
point too.
Oh, for sure.
So it felt very naughty watching it,
Yeah,
and that's why I think I watched it so much too.
makes sense. For me, I remember watching it in theaters.
What?
And I think that
Who
is
let you go to this in theaters?
Thank you.
Are you even
don't
old
know.
enough to go to an R-rated movie?
I know. That's what I was like. The rating had to be R, right?
At
like,
least.
had to be.
NC-17, maybe.
and it was in 2013.
So you would have been like 16 at most.
Right. So like I guess, yeah, like technically maybe give whatever the time frame was, I could have driven myself.
I could have seen you and Lily go see this and like
Yeah, so honestly, me and Amy were the big movie goers, and she like we saw everything. Like I go back to like seeing 50 Shades of Grey and like telling my parents I was going to see that. Like that's crazy.
yeah, we were in high school when that came
Yeah.
out.
Like what? So like it doesn't surprise me that I also saw this, but I know that Amy and I saw it there, and like maybe we've watched it one time outside of that, but like it's been since seeing it in theaters.
Oh, for real?
Again,
Oh my God.
I don't remember shit about movies ever, but I also did not remember like the sexiness of it. Like I didn't remember that any of that happened. Like at all.
Well, and now that you mention it too, like it's funny because I feel like the threesome scene, which is a threesome between Alien, Britt, and Candy, and they're mostly in the pool. It's probably the least sexy scene in the movie somehow.
Yeah.
And I forgot about there's a part of the scene where I guess it's technically the scene after they're out of the pool and Alien's sitting on the couch and both the girls are sucking his nipples.
Yeah.
What's that about? What's that about? Who's that fun for? Who's
James
that for?
Franco,
I guess, but like
co-producer.
it must. I truly, it's giving. It's giving like Sam Levin. Well, okay. Do you watch Euphoria?
Yes, but I haven't watched this most recent season, but I will now that I have your HBO login.
You're welcome. Yeah, but one of the big critiques about Euphoria is that Sam Levinson, the creator, is just playing out his weird kind of like rapey fantasies and kinks. And it's giving that same energy, but it's also the same kind of Euphoria like aesthetic and energy where you can't look away and you're weirdly drawn to it because of like all of the other aspects of it too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, one question I had, because we've been talking a lot about like the producers, the executives, the all of that stuff.
Yeah.
This is taking us way back to literally the beginning of it, which first the intro credits were like way too ridiculously long. I thought I was being pranked, but this is my first thing I wrote down. A24 question mark? I've been seeing a lot of that. Do you know what that is?
Yes. And I'm sorry for the reaction. Sometimes I forget that you're like not a movie person. So when you ask me these questions,
Is that a dumb thing? A24?
no, it's not a dumb question for you.
For
As a
For
non
you, your little stupid idiot self.
Oh oh, you're so cute. You don't know what A24 is? No, it's, as a not movie person, it's not a stupid question. A24 is a movie studio, production studio that kind of, you know, got its start with the more like kind of indie, offbeat, like aesthetic kind of edgier films like this.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to think. No, I'm not even going to name off movies because you're not going to know them.
Nope. But I've been seeing A24 a lot, like on social media, not on movies.
No, and it's become like it's got its start more of like kind of the indie edgy, and it still kind of is, but it's really a big kind of studio now.
Yeah.
So like a lot of very popular movies are A24, so you'll see it more and more with recent films.
The more you know.
Yeah, but like for me and Max, who are, you know, more regular movie watchers.
Yes.
Like whenever we put it on, we saw that, we were like, oh, no way. Like, didn't know it was an A24. And you're like, what the fuck?
A24.
Like, what does that mean?
What is that?
I mean,
What's
you know.
better than 24? 25.
I totally forgot about this, and I'm sorry, I'm doing kind of a hard pivot right now.
I pivoted us all over town.
Fantastic. When we were speaking about them never wearing clothes, them being ridiculous, whatever. Okay, them being in court in bikinis is insane.
No, because I lost my mind. There was multiple. That's another thing about this being like campy, and you need to just lean into that. There was so many times where I actually laughed out loud sitting alone in my room, and that was one of them where they were in court.
They're before a judge in their bikinis. No counsel, no representation at all.
And why were they on one side and those drug twins were on the other?
Okay, so I think they were actually in like the gallery.
Gallery?
Like I think they were sitting
up front too.
It does look like that, but I think it's because they're sitting in the front row, like waiting for when their case gets called.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I was like,
and I hate
that's
those
not how it's
twins.
set up.
I do want to say that they've always scared the shit out of me. They're creepy.
Fucking weird. They're creepy. They're just kind of in the background, like they're not even
gross.
like cool
They're
and
not
funny.
important to the story.
They're just like weird. And then they give the little like gunshot fucking signal to our guy Alien, and that's how they get wrapped up with him.
So gross. So gross. I also love that the judge was like, either you pay the fine or 2 more nights in jail. It's like, what is this? It's Florida.
Florida.
It's Florida.
It's literally sounds like a Florida headline, you know?
I do also feel that it's important that we address the Gucci Mane of it all.
The Gucci Mane of it all. Absolutely.
Did you remember that it was Gucci Mane?
No. I was thrown for a loop.
Yeah.
The man can't act.
I was going to say, but so I love how Gucci gives us absolutely nothing. And somehow it's perfect.
Yeah.
I love this scene where like he's having sex with this woman and he's like, what are you doing? A Mozart on my dick.
Mozart on my dick.
And then like they come in, and spoiler alert, they come in while he's in the weird hot tub in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Pointing guns at him, and he's just like, oh. And he doesn't even say anything.
Nothing.
And they just
literally nothing.
Like, Gucci, give us any emotion.
I know. Even during my favorite scene of them is where they have like their first, run in with each other. So Alien and then Gucci Mane, what's Gucci's actual character name? Who knows?
Find it.
Whatever. But Gucci, they have like their first run in because they used to be best friends, but now they're in like, I guess you could say rival gangs. They don't obviously necessarily like call them that, but like, they're both trying to run the streets, they say. And Gucci is more of, the top dog. James Franco split off from him and is trying to run shit now. Obviously, Gucci Mane does not fuck with that. So like, they have a lot of conflict throughout, but the first one is them like fighting about their friendship. And like one of them's like, you used to be my best friend. Like, you did this. Like, oh my, we were best friends. Like, and they're just like in the bar Cuts to like the next time we see Gucci Mane. Gucci is on the couch with his, I don't know, family and his son. And he's like, my baby is starving. My baby needs to get fed. And Alien is taking food from my baby. Then the next scene is Gucci Mane pulling up on them in a drive-by, shooting their car out. And fucking poor, whatchamacallit, the fourth girl who we haven't even really mentioned,
Cotty.
she gets shot.
It's also insane that she's the only one that catches a bullet. Literally. They have a machine gun and they're lighting up this car and she gets grazed in the arm and that's it?
Insane.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, I absolutely lost it. The scene where they're just, Gucci's sitting in his house and he's got his, like, taking food out of my baby's mouth. My baby's hungry.
Hungry.
My baby's starving.
Starving.
Like, what?
What? Gucci, no it ain't.
Gooch.
Like, come on.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Oh
I'm
my
literally
God.
sweating because of how funny that is.
It's so good.
I do have like another thing that is just kind of revolving the gun violence in general because, you know, okay, so the girl gets shot and then finally she's like, it's time for me to go home too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think? At
Yeah.
that point, like, this is why I couldn't even brand myself as Candy or Brit because your friend has been shot.
And you still
why
say,
are you staying there?
Stay with us.
Like, insane. But,
Yeah.
like, then I just think, since we're on the gun violence part of it, like, one, like you said, how don't people catch more bullets when their car is getting shot up? But then also in the, like, end scene where they're going to go, you know, they're pulling their little hit on Gucci Mane, and fucking James Franco just gets shot point
That's
blank
my
in the head.
favorite part. And they
It's
just keep
so
going.
good. They just keep going. Like, literally nothing even happens, which is
Yeah.
actually how they felt about this guy. Like, they did not
They
give
didn't
a
give
fuck.
a fuck. Yeah.
But then it's like, they continue with their little mission, we'll call it. But there is damn near 10 to 20 gang members in this house, in this yard and house.
With a
And
whole
these
artillery.
Yes, these two little college girls somehow take every single one of them out. Like,
It's insane. And not one of them gets shot.
not one. They're literally all of these men, like so many men with guns walking straight at them, and not a soul gets hit.
And they're just like the best shots somehow.
Yes.
Like they are
Headshots.
sharpshooters. They are murdering people left and right.
Literally.
Like it's nothing. And then just walk right out of there. No, drive right out of there in his Lamborghini.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it's insane. It's
Fully goes off the rails.
Yeah. But that's honestly like my favorite part. Not my favorite part, but one of my favorite parts is like when they're walking up to go do this whole operation and Alien just gets murked immediately.
Murdered. I
Yep.
know. He doesn't
Because,
even make
like-
it off the dock.
No. Not one step off the dock.
Little bit.
And I mean, yeah, which like all goes to prove that he really is a little bitch the whole time. And it's so funny, like the scene where they're kind of preparing to go and do this and they keep replaying, looping the same audio.
yes.
I don't know how many times where, what is he? They're like, you scared little bitch. And he's like, yeah, I'm a scaredy pants.
Yeah.
And they play that over and over and over.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand, I guess, like what they're trying to do, but it's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is just a wild movie. Like,
It honestly is. One thing I think I'm going to make it the cover photo for this video, and I can send it to you, but this shot
oh
of
my
them,
God, with the guns.
I was like, me, you, and Austin.
Literally. Okay, the pink ski masks are so good, though.
They go hard. Literally, So good. Pink ski
Yeah.
masks with the matching swimsuits. So
Yes.
good. Another look. I would be remiss before we end this episode to not mention this. Their outfits where they have the black sweatpants and it says DTF on the
DTF.
butt, and then they have the matching one pieces and the ski masks still. They all have guns that they're holding like truly they've never held a gun before, because I don't think they have, besides the
But
squirt guns
somehow
that they've
they're
used to rob.
very good shots.
Even though, yeah, there's fucking sharpshooters. But when they're out on that piano that's on his, you know, balcony or not
Yeah.
his balcony, what do you call
We
it?
do
his,
need
like,
to. Yeah, we need to talk about this. Yes. So good.
that is the greatest, one
Scene.
of the greatest forms of media I have ever seen.
The
Just like-
instrumental playing Britney Spears every
Spears.
time. And then they're dancing with the guns, and then the montage of them robbing people, robbing Spring
people.
Breaker. It's just so good.
So fucking good.
It's just so good.
I nearly cried because of how good it was. I was like, wow.
I think that's the
I'm
only scene in the
obsessed.
movie that's like unironically good.
Absolutely, yeah. It's shot perfectly, like the singing into then like Britney's actual song, the song choice itself, like the lead up to it all, them like literally then having this song in the back while they're just
Them
beating
robbing a
people and
wedding
robbing.
is
Yes.
crazy.
yes. Like it's just
And somehow they don't get caught.
no. Don't get caught at all.
Yeah.
I do have a few like questions about that, which that reminds me. A few questions, comments, and concerns. What do you think happens to them after? Because literally the
See-
final scene is them, they give little James Franco a little kiss and they drive off in the Lamborghini, and then it's fades
That's
to
it.
black and
Yeah.
we have no idea.
You know, I think when I've watched this in the past, I never really even thought about it because I was just
Yeah.
like, what? But I was much more introspective about it this time around. And especially because the scene right before they go and do this operation, Candy and Britt, they call their moms.
Yeah.
And they're like, I just want to do better. Like, I think, and the lines are so insane. They're like, I think that's really the secret to life, being a good person. And then they go murder like 30 people.
yeah.
And they're not like quiet about it either. So I wonder what, like, do they go back to school, you think?
I really like don't have any clue, because also it's a little fuzzy on like how long they're actually in Florida on spring break. Like like
Yeah, I do
I
think
just
it's
think it
got to
was a
be
cou-
like a week.
yeah, that's how I imagined it too, but it also felt like so long.
That's the
But
thing.
then they'd say
yeah.
like on the phone in that phone conversation when they're calling their mom saying they want to be better, they're like, yeah, people are going back to school, like
Yeah.
all this stuff. So like, you know, I don't know. I obviously, like you said, I never thought about it when I first watched this, but I thought about it a lot because I just kept, again, not remembering what happens. I was like, does one of them die? Do both of them die? Do they go back? Do we see that part? I couldn't remember any of it. And I want to say that I don't think they ever get caught.
No, they definitely don't.
Like, there's no way going in, these two little fucking white girls who go to some college out of state who came down here, they're just not going to get caught for this, like,
They're not going to go after them.
homicide of 30 people. Like,
Yeah, because again, all the people that they killed were like gang members.
Gang members,
So not saying
yeah.
that their lives don't matter. Sorry.
well, of course not. I was gonna
That's crazy. But the odds that the cops are going to go find their murderers are pretty low, right?
Yes, and
That's
that's,
all I'm
what I
trying to
was going to
say.
say too. I wasn't going to say the part about emphasizing that their lives matter, but I think it's important you did, just so people know where we're at. Completely agree with what you were saying. Like, yeah, they're just not going to go after people who are just killed this.
Like
House
drug
of-
kingpins and,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. They're like, oh, the police in Florida.
Yeah.
You think they're going to care?
No. They're going to celebrate.
Yeah. So what I think is that they took all the money, they took all that shit, and they're back at college living
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah, definitely. just going quickly back to the topic of race. But the first thing that I thought when they went to like the pool hall and literally everyone else there are like black people.
Yeah.
And Selena was like, I want to get out of here. I was like, wow, she literally sees one black person and she wants to go home because there's no people of color. There's no people of color in the rest of the movie except for like these people that she's afraid of. And like, obviously she's in like a bad situation regardless.
Yeah.
But my immediate thought was like, wow,
Of
Selena.
course.
Wow, Faith.
Of course.
Jacked up for Jesus, right?
Mm-hmm.
As her pastor says in the beginning of the movie.
How cool is that?
How cool is that?
How cool is that?
Now, how cool is that? Can I get an amen?
During our baptism class, I think she said that 3 times. How cool is that?
Oh my
And
God.
how cool is that?
Wow. What did they teach you, by the way?
Not a lot was taught, but Austin was quizzed and he cheated. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the 10 commandments.
Is to not cheat.
Thou shalt not cheat. Thou shalt not be an adulterer.
And I'm sorry, he cheated on you?
In the church? No.
Oh.
He's saying yes. No. The person who was teaching our class asked him a question or asked us all a question and then pointed at Austin. And Austin gave the right answer. I'm like, oh my God, yes. How did you remember that? That's crazy. Well, it's because he cheated.
How'd he cheat?
He didn't actually cheat. He used his resources. But do you want to
That's
tell
okay.
it? Or
It's an open book test. It's fine.
right. She just asked him a question and he thought he knew the answer, but then he was kind of looking around and it's like in a church classroom, whatever you call that. And there's like a wall and it has a bunch of, like the stuff about Jesus and like the rules and all of that. And one of them was this rule she was asking about. And he looked at the damn poster and then was like, yes, it's 7. The answer is 7.
I have no problem. I have no qualms.
I don't
think,
either.
Yeah. Well, you're the one that said he's cheated. But.
No, I'm trying to stir up some drama. We talked in the
What
last
else is
episode
new?
for 25 minutes that I'm a liar.
That's true. That is very true.
It's called entertainment, baby.
Boy. Oh, another thing I was thinking also. What year in school do we think they are?
Oh, I had so many questions about this too.
It's so hard to tell.
I feel like if it was like senior year, they would have said that. But also like they don't get in trouble for the drinking, so they have to be over 21.
You would think, right?
Yeah. Because the only thing the judge talks about is like
Is the
narcotics.
drugs. Yeah.
So junior year.
Junior or senior. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it's senior year because maybe then they just, go back to school and graduate and
then run off with all their money they stole.
yeah, or not even go back too. That's another
It could be. I mean,
likely event.
yeah, they probably don't care that much about their degree. They're out here murdering people. So,
Right.
yeah. But they're trying to do better. So who knows?
They are.
Yeah. Another thought that I had during this is, and this movie's not very long. It's like an hour and a half.
No, thank God.
But why does it feel 8 hours long?
Oh my God.
It feels so long.
I think I actually texted Austin and I was like, oh my God, like I do not want to have to be watching this right now.
Like you had a terrible day at work. Like
yes. Literally.
Like want to just like do nothing and like zone out, and you've got to watch Spring Breakers. And you got to be locked in. And
yes,
you got to write
I have
notes.
to take notes.
We have to prep for our show.
Literally.
Oh boy. Well, do we want to
The
talk about like
struggle.
some of the facts that we learned about it?
I think we should.
Okay. God, this writer and director, he's just a little freak, man.
Honestly, and I still can't believe that he got two Disney girls to
I
do
know.
this. Because
This
I'm all
was-
for breaking out of your Disney
But this was a
roles.
wild way to do it.
They jumped off the deep end.
Yeah, I will say
from their Disney roles. Like, what? Huh?
One thing that I do notice, however, is that Selena, Vanessa, and Ashley, none of them have any nudity. The only one of the girls that has any nudity is the other one.
Claude.
Claude?
Claude. It's something like that, isn't it?
Cotty.
Oh, damn near Claude.
Oh, so
okay, wait,
you know
Austin, you were shaking your head at our commentary. Sorry, go ahead, Laurel. Austin, you prepare your thoughts.
No, I want to hear what Austin has to say.
He was just, while we were talking about how it's so crazy that they dove off the deep end from Disney roles, and then you mentioned how they don't have any nudity, and you were shaking your head.
Well, it's just like that conversation we had about Miley Cyrus, about how crazy it was that Miley is out here humping people on a live stage.
Wasn't that crazy?
That's not crazy, but it's insane for actors to be in a movie acting. That's crazy. In a rated R movie. This is crazier than a live performance at the
We're not
VMAs?
saying that. We're not saying that. We're saying that like the entire movie as a work of art is a crazy project to be a part of as your first foray into something outside of Disney. However, you can tell that their boundaries were very strict because like each of them obviously had their own different boundaries based on their roles, but it's like, okay, Selena, obviously her boundaries were a little bit more, I don't know, solidified because she was the least crazy character, no nudity, didn't show her doing really any drug use at all except for hitting a bong once.
Yeah.
And then the others
she never
like
had any also like physical besides him being creepy, but like not any like kissing or sex scenes with Alien.
Exactly. So yeah, it's just like you can tell that they were all trying to step out of their like roles that they or their kind of tropes, but they still were like, okay, but we're not getting too crazy because we want to be taken seriously.
Yeah. I also think for me, yes, I probably didn't clarify as well as I should have that I don't mean that they shouldn't have done this movie. I love that they did this movie. Like, amazing.
I don't think anyone thought that. Did Austin?
There's
think
nothing.
That?
No,
you were saying that,
but he's just saying that like in the prior episode with Hannah Montana episode, I was so gung ho about how like we shouldn't like limit people in that way. So I just want to make it clear. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have done this. I'm just saying that there's a lot of women, especially Disney Channel, people who grew up acting in Disney Channel who have spoken about their experience of even going to like just a movie that's not Disney. It's like people and their managers will tell them like you are ruining your career, you will never book work again, like all of this stuff because they want them to like stay so young and innocent for so long. So it is crazy that like, you know, Selena Gomez and stuff, who has only up until this point, maybe she did other things, I don't know actually, but like was predominantly thought of as like Disney Channel innocent roles, and this is a complete 180 from that. And like, yeah, her mom was supportive and all of that stuff. So like I'm happy that she did it, and I support them doing it for, you know, all of them. They're love it, but like I actually don't know how old they each were in this, but Selena will always look 16 to me up until like the last 2 years, always. But yeah, so that's not what I mean. I just mean like it is like for the first couple of projects you do post Disney Channel, like it's a wild one to do.
Yeah, definitely.
But I love that they did it.
Yeah,
and they should be able to. And no one should question it.
No one should question
Not
it.
even me. It's just historically, Disney girls are not doing that.
No.
They're doing drugs in real life.
Precisely.
Or they're sticking with Disney.
So yeah, kind of bringing, and you mentioned it too, to like kind of the facts and behind the scenes of it all. It's crazy that Selena's mom like really encouraged her to do this specifically. Like I could see like, you know, her mom or anyone's mom being like, ooh, like pushing you outside of your comfort zone, like do something a little edgy. But like to do this specifically is a little crazy. I could, like, my mom would never.
Right. No.
But God bless.
I think her mom loves the director too.
Which is problematic a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
What else we got?
We got the fact that the director and writer, he wrote the whole thing in 10 days in a Holiday Inn in Daytona Beach,
No.
which, you know what? It tracks.
You know, talk about like really getting into your scene, getting down to the root of it, and
Very
pulling
method.
from the space.
Mhm.
Yes, method writing, absolutely.
Yeah. Pop off king.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
10 days though. Huh?
You know.
I guess when art flows, it flows, and you can't stop it.
And,
So-
you know, I think, like, a lot of these lines, you'd be like, yeah, that probably came out. There's probably very little editing.
Yeah.
Very little self-editing on those. So, makes sense. Just very stream of conscious. Whatever comes out, comes out. I also think it's crazy that Emma Roberts was originally supposed to be in it.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah. I think Ashley Benson was like a really good choice
Yeah.
because it was her character that was supposed to be Emma Roberts. And I
Which
think, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I would have figured that Emma Roberts would have maybe been in like. I keep wanting to call her Claude, so I'm just gonna call her Claude. I would have thought she would have been in Claude's position because isn't Claude? You said that Claude is actually the director's wife or
Yes.
was. So I just figured it was like, oh, we need someone to throw in there. Like,
Yeah, right? But no, she was always going to be in it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, but apparently Emma had creative differences, so I wonder what those were. I would love to know.
It has to be the fact that she didn't want to get. She didn't want to hold Vanessa Ann Hudgens while James Franco had her ride his dick. I can
think
tell you
that's-
that's the creative differences.
Wow. That
Prude.
that did it for her. Yeah. Huh. I guess she didn't want to break out that bad, but
No.
what can we say?
Is Emma Roberts the one that beat her boyfriend up?
Yes. Yeah. Emma Roberts
Well,
is
she
problematic
was busy.
as well. She was
Oh.
busy with domestic abuse.
Yeah, and then being in jail for one day.
Yeah. Bummer. Yeah, we can move on from that. She collects little dolls too, which is interesting. But look, at the same time, who am I to judge? I love a trinket.
But you don't beat your boyfriend.
I sure don't.
At the end of the day.
Speaking of drugs, Selena Gomez told Entertainment Weekly in an interview that because like there's I think the one scene that really shows most of the main characters like doing drugs and like snorting coke. She told them that to simulate them snorting lines, they would snort crushed up vitamin B12.
Which
So-
also feels like in copious amounts might not be the best for you either. And if
I
you got to be
agree.
doing a lot of scenes, you know.
Right. I mean, yeah, I doubt they were doing like a lot. A lot of B12.
They're
but
jacked up on B12.
whoa, I don't even
Honestly,
know what that would feel like.
The rest of the movie makes sense that they would be on so much B12. Their energies were crazy. So,
Yeah, they were pretty crazy, especially Vanessa.
yeah. Which I hadn't mentioned, like, the amount of, like, gun symbols they do, like, even
It's-
before they have a gun in their hand, it's
It's-
wild.
It's like, oh my God, girls, like we get it. Like you're bad. Like you gotta be hard. You can't get scared. Pretend you're in a movie or something. Like it's just like, okay, we get it. We get it.
Yeah.
Like you're badasses. Like ugh.
Yeah. Another thing I saw about Selena Gomez too was like she struggled a little bit with hitting the bong because she had never smoked or done anything like that. So they had
Yeah.
to like really
Show her
walk her
how.
through it, which I just think
Aw.
is so cute.
Well, and it's like means that she's so perfect for that role
Yeah.
too, because
Mhm.
like I love that scene too, where she's like, "Guys, I can't believe you did this," and then they're like, "It's fine. Like, here, take a hit of the bomb."
Hit it, yeah.
And then like they all like cheer her on after.
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah,
Yeah, I
'Cause it
love
probably, yeah, she probably felt pretty proud about it in real life too.
Yeah.
She probably never done that.
Nope.
Oh my gosh! Speaking about like how ridiculous the threesome sex scene is.
Yeah.
In like every sense of the word, it's just so ridiculous, and it lasts way too long. And
It's a long time.
it's a really long time, and yeah, many different angles, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I did see also that it was so like nerve-wracking for Vanessa Hudgens, and like
Imagine.
I don't want to say necessarily like traumatizing, but it's a weird first sex scene to have.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, but it made her want to never do another sex scene again. I believe it.
Valid.
I believe it.
But thanks for doing this one.
I guess. I mean, we probably could have done without that whole 10-minute scene, quite frankly.
It really was. Like, I want to know, I should have done this, like the ratio to actual lines versus just cinematic party shots and sex scenes / gun violence. Because
There's not a whole lot of dialogue, honestly.
No. 40% dialogue, 60% the rest.
Yeah. And half the dialogue, they're just like clipping like a 10-second
Yeah.
audio clip and then just looping it.
Right. And I mean, then like another 10% of that has to be him saying sprang, break.
And break. Sprang, break.
So what? Yeah, then you're down to 30% lines?
At most. At most.
Where's the Oscar?
That's what I'm saying, man. So that's storytelling mastery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation that Alien is based off Riff Raff as well.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not the case.
James Franco would never.
He would never. Yeah. He said the biggest influence was actually a local Florida rapper named Dangerous.
Oh.
And he's in the movie. He's in the movie.
He's the rapper on stage when they're like the girls are at the concert and stuff like that.
But
he's
James
apparently-
Franco's performing.
That's what I thought too, but I read somewhere that he's also on the stage. And
Okay. So like he's there
Yeah.
with him.
I think so, yeah. Because at first I didn't even realize. I thought the same thing. I was like, it's just the
Oh,
same
wait, it's the guy with like the really long dreads.
dreads. Yep.
Because yeah, he's in it later too, like in the pool hall, and he's like, "Why are you scared?"
Yeah. Literally. Yeah. Another just creepy man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
Dope
crazy.
boys.
Dope boys.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Oh man.
Well,
Do we have any other behind the scenes? Otherwise, like I feel like I've said more words than this entire movie
yeah, same.
has in it. So I'm good if you're good.
I don't have anything else to say about this one. I feel like we've really just dumped out our souls. I don't know what that means at all.
Scarface on repeat. Scarface on repeat.
I'm on loop in my crib. Look at my shit.
Look at my shit.
Okay,
we go
he
out
does have the
either-
most iconic lines, though.
Oh yeah, I have a whole like section of it just like his lines, like, which is why when I looked down, I just saw Scarface on repeat, followed by oh yeah, deep throat that gun.
Oh my god, insane.
Oh man,
I think that's
Should
a
we
good one to
sing.
end
Hit
on.
Me Baby One More Time to play us out.
I thought it was every time.
They do Hit Me Baby One More Time too when they're in the parking lot.
They do? Oh, you're
Just
right.
the girls sing
yes,
it.
they do. Mm-hmm.
Or we could do that one too, but I just don't know, you know. Normally I do think we can perform a song better than the original, but I don't know. That's just too perfect for me.
Okay, well, let's do it.
I also think I know one line of it, so.
I think that's the only line they play in the movie. So
Right,
that's
there isn't a lot of lines in this.
right. So like that's the line that I know too.
Yeah.
But we can do Hit Me, Baby. We can do Hit Me, Baby. Hit me, baby.
Baby, one more
One more
time.
time.
And that's all we do.
Oh, well, we can just, that can be it. I don't care.
No, I was going to say, I was like, I didn't know if I was going to carry on. And I was like, I just complained about how we only knew one line of the last song. So we were doing this one and we only give them one.
Oh.
Let's wrap this bitch up.
Let's wrap it up. Well, I think that's a wrap on our Sprang Brag.
Sprang brag.
Until next year. Sprang Brag. Forever. Forever. Well, that was a fun one. More fun than I thought it was going to be. Not this. This is always fun. I mean the film itself.
Yeah.
It was a wild ride. All right. Well, thanks for joining us on Sprang Brag. I'm Laurel.
And I'm Abby.
And this has been A Bit Niche.
A bit niche.
It's a bit niche.
Bye. Like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, ring that bell. What I was going to say is, hit that bell one more time.
Bow.
Creativity.